Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Flowers Facts. Myra Gutierrez has been our next door neighbor for 15 years. Since she moved into our building, she has always been a hostile and problematic neighbor, but her abusive behavior progressed since the pandemic hit Los Angeles County in March 2020. At a time that most individuals were social distancing and fearing the virus, Myra was bringing 4 to 5 different men, or friends as she refers to them, a day to her unit. These men would stay for half an hour to an hour long segments, and most of the time, we were subjected to disturbing sounds coming through the thin walls separating our units. With her confidence boosted by the many friends visiting her regularly, and with Jay Rosenthal, our building owner, apartment manager, using the pandemic as an excuse not to address her abusive behavior, Myra started blasting music at all hours of day and night. She also started calling us bitch and giving us the middle finger on a regular basis. This behavior continued and developed into various hostilities. It did not stop until we received a warning notice, followed by an eviction notice in March 2026. An eviction supported by 3 neighbors who accused us of harassment, annoying, and abusive behavior. Myra is now one of those 3 witnesses to our eviction. In her affidavit, Myra accuses us of various things, including harassment and intimidation. Myra mentions that I have made obscene gestures to her security camera. I filed a restraining order against Myra in February 2026. At the hearing, the court clerk tried to force me into signing an agreement that in simple terms would prevent me from further legal action against Myra and stop me from speaking about and exposing any of the abuses she has subjected me to. Of course, this agreement would only penalize me, and Myra could easily go back to her abusive ways without any consequences. I did not agree to sign the agreement and was forced to dismiss the RO due to lack of sufficient evidence. One of the things Myra was going to show to the judge as evidence of my hostility and aggression towards her was a photograph of me praying, with my arms reached to the sky. Myra referred to my praying posture as an offensive gesture and found it to be proof of my retaliation towards her. Our lives have been extremely challenging in the past 6 years. Shortly after the pandemic started, Terry began showing symptoms of a serious physical issue. After months of worrying and struggling to find an answer, he was diagnosed with cancer in early 2021. A minute and a few words changed our lives forever. Terry has gone through several complicated surgeries, prolonged hospital visits, and endured harsh treatments. At times, he was physically demolished and psychologically devastated. He lives in the grace of the Creator and the universe from this moment to the next. I have always been a believer of the Creator, and praying has always been part of my daily life. Ages ago, when I took a photography class, we were asked to photograph our daily lives as a project. 2 of the photographs I submitted included reading a scripture and praying to a candlelight at dusk. 2026 so far has been a very difficult year for us, and that says a lot because we have been through many difficult years. A lot of times, I pray for a strength just to get through another day. Myra's boyfriend gave a middle finger and made a humping motion into our security camera. Myra herself has given us the middle finger numerous times off camera and many times on camera. Myra is using images of my praying as evidence of my offensive gesture and intrusive behavior. Only a demonic individual possessed by evil can consider putting up arms to the sky, universally known as praying, as an obscene gesture. if this came from an individual who did not have a long history of giving us the middle finger and calling us bitch, and was not working so hard to put us on the street, I might overlook obscene gesture as exaggeration, or perhaps consider it words used by an individual who does not understand the true meaning behind them. But coming from Myra, the master of obscene gestures and used to make us homeless, no, I will not forget or forgive. Not because I'm being subjected to this much senseless cruelty, but because I cannot forgive anyone subjecting Terry to this much injustice. In this post, I will show two videos. The first video is of me, and the second is of Myra. I ask the viewers to watch both and tell me in the comments what they make of each person's actions. I also would like the viewers to tell me if any of them see anything obscene about what I do. Thanks for watching, and I hope you continue.
Mention.